Macedonia 150 and this is a video response to toTRexSpaceStation on just 5 random gaming questions. So, right, the first question. A game that costs £5 or less, or roughly $7. Now, I'm going to pick 3 games for this, and this one said that's technically cheating, but all of them combined cost me £5. Well, just under. This was $1.99 and 2 of them was 99p. So yeah, it counts. So yeah, the first one, a really bizarre game, and I was collecting Lightning games for the PS2, and then one I just found in the shop. I think the computer. I think these all come from computer. It's Genji actually. 99p, just called Guncom 2. Now the name itself don't sound that weird, but then you play it. And some of the stuff in this game is just completely insane. I mean, it's just so random. I mean, it's not like weird Japan random. It's just none of the stuff makes any sense to be there. It's like, I'll put a clip in a video, but yeah, there's scenes in this game where you're just like randomly just like shooting things. There's suddenly a bunch of butterflies appear on the screen. You just have to shoot them all down with cartoon sound effects. Then you're just fighting robots with laser cannons instantly a second later with no explanation whatsoever. The game box is hilarious because it calls it an epic story, which absolutely makes no sense. I mean, this is the game so insane. There's actually a boss called Sword the Stink. And yeah, it's just a big robot dude with a sword, whose weakness is you to shoot his sword. Not his body, because you know that makes total sense. And then you look into the history of the game, and it's even weirder because it was originally a Sega Saturn game, which is considered one of the worst Sega Saturn light gun games and worst games on the system. Then got a sequel on the Dreamcast, which was some more like weird visual novel like thing, just full of character cutscenes. Then got changed into a light gun game, which released on Dreamcast and arcade. The version I've got is the PS2 version, which is renamed Guncom 2, but all the other versions are called Death Crimson Ox. It's a very bizarre game, and I'm going to put some footage of it here, and you can just see the reason why I think it's worth the money just for this few seconds of footage I'm going to show you. Just how utterly insane and random it is. Right, next one. BCB. Battle Construction Vehicles. Yep, this is another game that got, for some reason, translated from Japanese into English, and the idea is pretty ridiculous as itself. I mean, it's a fighting game where you're in construction vehicles. So you clunky, so you just ram into each other, but then there's the thing where it gets hilarious. They actually dubbed the game in English, but they give everyone like northern British accents. Yet they left all the characters and names in Japanese. So you've got like a guy going, "Hey look, governor, he's got a name like Yoshi." I mean, it does not fit. I'll put a clip in the intro just so you can laugh. I really wish I could record more footage of these two games, but they're both kind of glitchy and a mess on the PS2 emulator they use. I'd love to do more footage of them.
You're tough, Gramps. Listen to me. You must succeed your father. I beg you, young master.
Shucks it, Gramps. I left because I didn't want to do just that. So he's dead. Still no reason to check.
But yeah, sorry, but at least we got some clips. And the last one, this one was 99. That one was $1.99, and this one was 99p. And this is a weird game called Fightbox. I mean, yeah, no one's probably even heard of Fightbox. Yeah, it's based off an obscure BBC. Well, it's not an obscure show. I mean, it was a BBC program that they made to basically rival Robot Wars to replace it, and it completely tanked. And the entire show is entirely forgotten. I mean, you just look on YouTube and fight bots, and all you'll see is like a 1-minute clip of the show. That is it. It's that forgotten, this show, but it's such a bizarre game. I mean, you think it'd be a fighting game, but it doesn't play like a fighting game. It plays more like some weird version of Gladiators. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's got really weird controls. It controls like a classic Resident Evil game, but it's a fighting game, and it's a PS2 game. It's such a bizarre game. I mean, if you didn't know anything about the show, you'd be just completely confused by it, because it's so weird. But that's as much as I can say about that one. It's just odd. Right, so number 2, a game that was recommended to you. Now, I've got 2 games here. I mean, one, well, sort of got given, but I think it given told to play, and this is an odd game on the Mega Drive. Well, technically Genesis, because it has no European version, called Ernest Evans. And it's another strange one. I mean, I get what the developers called Wolf Team was trying to do. Was trying to do realistic animation in the game, but by doing a jointed sprite. But it makes it look like you're playing as some random wooden puppet. Also, there's this completely pointless roll mechanic in the game, and it never helps you. There's other things in the game that are just stupidly designed as well, such as the game doesn't have like any like invincibility damage. When you get hit, your health just instantly shoots down, so you can actually lose a life, and lose 1 life and continue, and then you get a few in literally a few seconds if you're just standing next to an enemy. It's a game with like weird physics, and it's old and weird. And funny, the last time I actually tried recording it on the actual real cartridge of it, and I'll put a clip of it on the video, it actually glitched on me, and one of the level's graphic sprites was totally messed up, which is hilarious. It's another game I've never beaten, and it's not a very good game at all. It's got really wonky controls, and it's really odd, and originally it was a Mega CD game, but outside of Japan, basically just changed the music and threw it on a cartridge, and removed all the cutscenes, so the story makes even less sense. Just another one of these weird games. Right, and for now for the other one, and that is weird as well. And that's ToumaDen Life on the 3DS. I'll say that one. I'm not even technically count this one as a game. Well, I guess it is a game, but best to describe it is it's like The Sims, but it's not The Sims. It's more like The Sims crossed with a virtual pet in a way. Essentially just using Mii's that you create on the 3DS, and you have these weird silly robotic voices, and you just watch them just hang around this island you make, and just completely doing random stuff. I mean, the stuff's really random. I mean, they have random stories where they just start babbling on about virtual boys, and the game's got a very weird sense of humour. To say it nicely. You can actually technically beat the game because the game doesn't have a credit screen. I think that's if you have a kid in the game, you can actually complete the game. So yes, you technically can beat this game, but it's one of them endless games that never really ends as such. It just goes on and on and on. This island is pretty expensive for what it is, though. And it's one of those games sort of like Animal Crossing, where you're not going to be playing it for hours a day. You're going to be literally playing it for about under 20 minutes a day, because then you've done everything, then you just wait another day, and then more random events happen and stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's an odd game. Right, number 3, a game that is challenging. A lot of simple. This one's an easy one to pick. It's the one that more people should play, and a lot of people absolutely hated when it got released, and that's a game by Sega called Genpei. It's an odd one, because you look at it and think, well, this is an action game, but if you play it like one fully, you'll just get killed in seconds. Essentially, you're a bunch of like, you're 3 people, you start with 3 people on a map, and you have to either kill all enemies on the map to progress, or get to the exit up top of the screen without getting hit. Each character only has 1 life, so if they die, they get knocked out, but then the other characters can pick them up, and if they go to the exit, it revives them for the next stage. There's characters on the map also you can rescue to get extra lives. So yeah, it plays like sort of an action strategy game, kind of. It's an odd game. it's actually been released quite a lot of times. You get it on the Mega Drive, the Master System. It also has a PS2 version, but that's only available in Japan, unless you emulate it. It's basically a remake of it. It's not the original version of the game. It's like a 3D model version of the game. Better music and all that. It's a strange game to play, but it's another interesting thing. If you're playing a console version, if you put the difficulty to hard, it changes the rules of the game. Now, instead of having 3 lives, you have 20 lives. So there's 20 different characters in the game. They all have different abilities. You have 1 life of each, and there's no continues with playing it out, but you get to play as all 20 characters and see how long you can last. I actually prefer playing it this way than the regular version with three men. Strangely enough, the difficulty, even though it's called hard, isn't any harder than normal or easy. You just can't continue when you just start with all with men. It's an interesting game though, because all the characters also have different abilities. Like some have long range attacks, some can only hit enemies in the air. So sometimes you get to a stage and you can't kill everything and you have to leg it to the exit because you don't have the right weapon, the right character. It's an interesting game, and I think it deserves some more respect sometimes than it actually gets. Right, number 4, a game you wished you played more. I actually played this game a lot, but so unfortunately this is more to do with the Xbox community itself, and that's a game called Anarchy Reigns. And this is a game that was made by a company called Platinum Games, and made games like Bayonetta and stuff, and Bayonetta and that Metal Gear Rising, and it's essentially just a big massive multiplayer fighting beat 'em up game. You just run around and you just beat the living crap out of them. Has anyone ever played Spawn? It's the Spawn game on the Dreamcast. All the game series called Gundam Versus. They have the same gameplay as this. You just run around and you beat stuff up. Of course, this one has very few projectiles. You just play as robots, aliens, and cyborgs. Well, it does have a story mode and all that, which is fine, I have no problem with, and you can play against bots. The reason why I wish I played it more, but unfortunately this is mostly due to the 360 community, as I said before, is that there was never that many people playing it online when it got released. There's a lot of problems, reasons why this. One, the game was technically finished about 6 months. It was like 6 months in Japan before the rest of the world got the game. Though the game's 100% complete, I mean, all the dialogue was in English and the Japanese version, even the voices were in English and Japanese version. But Sega pushed it back 6 months for no reason. And another reason why you never really get matches playing is where they didn't unfortunately put any local multiplayer in the game. Really, even if only 2 players against bots, that would be great, but no, they didn't do that, did they? And the multiplayer was absolutely insane. I mean, if you could actually get a match going, I think you could up to 16 people on a match at once. So 60 people just running around this massive arena, just beating the living snot out of each other. And when you're doing that, there's like random events going on, like you can get extra points. So, like this giant robot just falls from the sky and you just beat that up, or you can just get points killing each other. There's lots of different ways to get points in these modes. It wasn't just you'd have to fight with the players. You could do other things like beat random enemies up running around and all that stuff. But that's the problem the game had. The biggest problem it had is where the programming online. If you was playing an online match, you had to have it as a private match, pretty much, to get anyone playing it. For one simple reason. Because there was no way to add bots in the game. So, if you wanted to play a match with 12 people in it, it would only start up when 12 actual people was in the match. Now, if you went to a private game, you could add bots and invite friends, but so this pretty much killed it. I mean, the thing where this gets really frustrating is if someone actually leaves in an actual regular game, not a private game, they turn into bots. So why can't I just add bots to fill in the game to finish it? It's not like the bots were terrible at the game or anything. It's a shame really, because that probably killed the online of this game. It's a really fun game if you really into like classic arcade games. It plays just like them, and lots of crazy stuff going on, and admittedly the plot's stupid and single player, but yeah. You probably find it really cheap now. You probably have quite a lot of fun with it just in single player alone. I really wish the multiplayer lasted longer though, because that was literally the focus of the game when they released it, in a way, and they just screwed it up, which is really sad. Right, and number 5, a game you completed. This was a long time ago, but Attack Final on the PS2. When I mean by complete this game, I mean I unlocked all 100+ spaceships in the game. Yeah, this game has a lot of spaceships. I even did that weird AI mode in the game where you just... Like, it's weird, you just like watch the spaces just fly around and shoot each other. I mean, you don't have any control over it. I mean, what a weird mode. Yeah, an odd mode that, and you don't even get anything for doing that either. I also pretty much beat all stages of the game, including all 3 endings. Though I missed one of the alternative routes in level 2. There's like about 5 different versions of level 2 that's slightly different, and I never figured out how to get the final one. Which either one does not affect the ending anyway, but it's a very strange one, that game, because some of the unlocks you have to like actually type a password in to unlock, otherwise you can never 100% the game, which is kind of stupid, but yeah, the last one I think called Ragnarok, that ship is just absolutely hilarious. I mean, everyone knows Artem's a big charge beam. Well, this one has a charge beam that literally takes that a minute and a half to charge it, but when you do it, it's just massive laser, blitzes the screen, it's pretty much one, it kills anything in the game. If you can get that one, it's hilarious just to do it, just dodge things for hours and just nuke the entire screen with a massive laser beam. Well, technically I did not get the final ending, which is the 3rd ending. Well, I did get it and I didn't, because the 3rd ending of that game is just completely stupid. I mean, so, yeah. So you basically unlock both the other 2 endings. And you've got the final ending, where you're supposed to be travelling back in time for some reason. Now, here's the thing, when you go in this mode, it knocks all your life count you've got in the game down to a single life. If you get hit by anything in this stage, instant game over and you've got to start the whole game all over again, I mean. Yeah! You know what the thing is though, what makes it even more sad and insulting is, if you actually do get through the stage, which is a pretty long stage, there's no boss at the end, but it's like 8 minutes long, it's like, and it's constantly barraging you with stuff, I mean. And some of the stuff you don't see anywhere else in the game, so it's not like you can predict it either, what's going to come against you. But if you do it, yeah, the game just gives you the instant credits. They didn't actually make an amazing ending after doing all this. And yes, I actually did beat it, because once you actually get the level, you can play it through practice mode. And even in practice mode, it only gives you a single life to do the thing in. So I actually technically did do it, but the game probably doesn't count that itself. But yeah, I've played a lot of Attack Final. I think it's the most fun playing it with all the cheat code, with all the ships unlocked, and you can just do what you want and go nuts. Because there's no like regular cheat code to unlock them all, you have to do it all properly, which is annoying. Well anyway, so that was my video response, so what am I doing? I don't know. Thank you for watching! Yeah, and this is actually the boss. What are we looking at? I haven't got a clue what this thing is actually supposed to be. Yeah, it's just